I knew at the end of season 1 we were going to have Auric and Jace fighting Bastion. I knew the story beats, I knew why we needed to get there, I knew what it meant for the characters, but I needed some technical help in creating this grand epic final battle between these characters. And so when Weston showed quite a bit of enthusiasm being involved in the process, I sort of handed him over the responsibilities of choreographing this final battle.
That was my first time making the full fight kind of by myself, which was really fun. But it was a hurdle, but like that fun challenge that you want to take on.
We spent a lot of time talking about what moments needed to happen within the fight itself, and talking about what the characters are going through, what's going on with Bastion, how does Auric feel, how does Jace feel. In practicing the fights, we were able to test out a few ideas that we had, see what worked, see what didn't, and we recorded all of our sessions practicing so that we could get an idea of what it's going to look like on camera.
When you did a really good rehearsal, chances are it was going to be a good final production. So a lot of it was once you got the final rehearsal done, which took a couple of days, and Weston did a really good job with the choreography and the special types of weapons that we had to use.
You have the choreography, you give it to your actors, and then them taking it as their own, and that challenge of letting it go and being like, no, it's supposed to be like this, but actually, you know what? It's yours now. I gave you the choreography. As the creator, just letting that go and seeing them take it as their own. It's like, okay, no, this is actually a good thing. I need to let it go, and it's theirs now. They make it their own for their character. So that was cool to see.
The one move where Auric jumps in the air and stabs down at Bastion, that one I was really adamant. I really wanted that. I really wanted sort of that high fantasy, go all out kind of movement, just in a few choice spots in the battle. But I can't remember if Weston was agreeable to that, but he made it work for me. There were some points I felt particularly sorry for Tony. I didn't entirely realize it until we got there, but there are moments in the fight where only I'm fighting Tony, and there's moments where Weston's only fighting Tony, but Tony never really gets a break during the fight sequences, so he had to go, not just during rehearsal, but on the shoot days as well. And we had back-to-back days where we were shooting the fight scenes, and it was pretty hot, and we were running around.
We go on set, and I kind of would just watch people work, and that was kind of fun. It was exciting to see that. Also, fighting with swords and maces is pretty cool, so can't really go wrong there.
It was great. I mean, it was very relaxed in the performance sense, but creating that team effort, I think, was the best thing that could have happened for us.
I have to give it up to our crew, really the camera team and the art team. The camera team being able to keep up with us. Patrick was on his gimbal and was keeping up with us. He was doing long takes and following all the action, and a few instances here and there he got his fingers whacked by one of our prop swords just because he got a little too close to the fight itself. And also our art team, like our costumes, our props, they wouldn't have looked as good as they did or worked as well as they did if it wasn't for them.
I thought it looked good.
One more, just keep rolling.
Well, besides goofing around and telling ridiculous jokes, but also with the camera rolling and being in costume, there was more things to consider. Luckily, I picked a fantastic pair of boots that allowed me to move around very easily, but I think the fun thing with it is it felt more real than it could be because of the final component. I mean, with rehearsal, there's a lot of, oh, this could happen and all this. It's not really as definite. When you're there and you're swinging these maces and swords and stuff, it's pretty final, and that's pretty cool. But a lot of it was just good preparation, and that led to a good final outcome.
It got stuck. I'm like, there's no way I'm acting that shit out.
But in general, I'm just kind of excited to see the final product of what we've been working on. You're so used to like being in front of the camera, or you're seeing all the cameras. It doesn't look pretty from your perspective, but behind the camera, and then when you compose it together, it's like, oh, that's what that feeling is like. So really just excited to see everything come together.
I keep going back to the fight, but the fight. I'm really excited to see the fight with all the sound effects and the drone shot. That was so cool.
I think it's a really important moment that happens in the story for these characters. Paladins fighting Paladins. I don't think a lot of people thought that was what it was going to come down to at the end of season 1. And it being such an important character to Auric and Jace, but specifically Jace, this is his best friend, Bastion, and having to fight him, and it means a lot for this character going forward. It means a lot for the relationship between Auric and Jace, the understanding, but also the worry that I think each of them has. And this is definitely not their final fight. This is definitely not their last battle. There's much more to come for these characters.